Sara Armour is a star, says her mom. It says it loud and proud on her website, and I've had the pleasure of seeing Sara perform on the Speakeasy stage and Fan-Freaking-Tastic and 8x8 and a half dozen other stages in DC, and she's amazing. She's my favorite comedian that I've ever met in person. You guys are in for a treat. Please welcome Sara Armour.
Hey. Hey. So, I know you guys can't tell, but I have Invisalign. Thank you. This is huge for me. You have no idea. This is the end of a very long line of very aggressive dental work that I've had for the last 7 years. So I feel like a new woman. I'm a swan, you guys, but I'm getting there. But it did not start off this way. My senior year of college is when I got my grills put in. I had braces and a palate expander. It's a lot. It's a lot of hardware. For about a year, my name is Sara, and for about a year, everyone thought my name was Cheryl. I literally sounded like this. When I spoke, it was really debilitating. Literally, Starbucks cups said Cheryl. Chinese food was like, order for Cheryl. I was gonna change it on Facebook, it was so bad. I was like, fuck it, I'm Cheryl now, I don't give a fuck. But I was so angry at the universe, because I was in my senior year of college. I should have been crushing it romantically, you know? But this was the ultimate cock block. I would go to bars and guys were just terrified. I feel like when guys saw me, they were just like, don't suck my dick. Which is fair. It was a danger zone. So I go home for winter break that year, kind of in hiding, because I didn't want everyone I grew up with to know what a heinous, awkward phase I was in. But I'm at the Wawa, and I run into an ex-fuck buddy of mine. He was buying a blunt wrap, so that'll tell you the kind of guy he was. And he looked terrible. In high school, he was amazing. He was like a king among trolls, okay? Fast forward 5 years, he's the troll king. He's gained 60 pounds. He has long, straggly hair, and I was instantly reminded how stupid he was. He walks over to me, he's like, hey, Sarah, cool pants, are those jean leggings? I'm like, yeah, they're called Jeggings. He's like, oh, really? Why? So I had to decide in this moment, whether or not I was gonna have sex with him or not. But because we were both looking pretty bad, and also, I don't necessarily need to, add a number to my number, I decided to do it. Thank you. So lucky for me, one of my girlfriends' parents were out of town, or they weren't out of town, they were going out to dinner or whatever, and she's like, everybody can come over and mingle, and I was like, okay. So we go over to Meg's house and we start flirting, and basically with a fuck buddy, it's just are you drunk enough to do this? Are you okay? Let's do it. So we go upstairs, we start messing around, we're making out. I put on Shaggy because that's what I like. It was hot. Just me and him. It's just Mr. Lover, lover. You know? Call me Mr. Bombastic, kinda fantastic. What is that line? Does anybody know what that line is? What is that line? Anyway. So we're hooking up, and it's going okay. You know, there's a lot of, he's in my pussy, I'm sucking his dick. Just like a lot, and being vagina, like just a lot of stuff's happening, and there's no ejaculation though. It's taking forever. I don't know if it's because we were both like pretending we were fucking, you know, someone different, but it just like wasn't. And I was tired. You can only pretend someone's Hugh Jackman for so long before they start to smell. So I was just like, I don't. And I hear the music downstairs kind of start to die down, and I'm like, we gotta speed this up, you know? So I try to say, you know, something dirty. I try to do some dirty talk. I'm like, feels so good. You're so sexy. But really it sounds like, it feels so good. You're so sexy. And I was just really straightforward at that point. I was like, we gotta hurry this up. It's like, I'm not gonna come. So like, if you are, now's the time. This is your chance. I've already finished my to-do list, so let's just... So he flips me over, and I'm like, ooh, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna eat my pussy again? I don't know if I want that, but... He didn't want that either. He kind of just started to, like, climb my body. And I'm like, ooh, kinky, what's he doing? Was he gonna come on my stomach? You know? No, he's just climbing up my body. I'm like, ooh, is he gonna come on my tits? No, he's just continuing. He's like an albino King Kong, just like taking me down. Where was he going, you guys? He was going to squat on my head. And start violently masturbating. Trust me, I'm as blown away as you are at this point. And I'm such a people pleaser, you know, so I was still trying to help. I'm like, can I help? Like, you know, And he's just going, he's like, I got this. I'm like, okay, can I go? Should I just go? He's like, I can go. Just when I think it can't get any worse, the door swings open. It's Meg's father. He's like, party's fucking over. And I'm this guy was at my bat mitzvah, okay? He knows my parents. I'm just like, fuck, we're just frozen there in the room. And I'm like, if we don't make a sound, it'll just go away. But he stays at the door and he's like, who's in there? The guy's like, Larry. He's like, and who else? And I'm like, Sarah. And he's like, well, you better get home, Cheryl. The universe provides. The universe provides. Amazing. Amazing. Just a little epilogue. So Larry's best friend just moved to DC and I was practicing this at a mic. And he comes over to me afterwards and he's like, is that story true? And I'm like, yeah, dude. And he's like, Larry didn't know what jeggings are? Thank you, guys.